Hey guys, Matt here with Hollywood's Garage with my wife Nikki. She's driving me to the new project for the channel. I want you to comment what you think it's going to be. It's a vehicle bought sight unseen, just through Facebook Marketplace, through a handful of videos and messages. The guy drove it up 5 hours for me, so we're on our way. Hey guys, it's actually 4 days later. I ended up going to Vegas the day after picking up this vehicle, and just got back last night. So today is actually, 4 days later, and it'll be the vehicle that I explained to you that I bought sight unseen. This vehicle I'm about to show you is going to be a build on the site, but probably not till springtime. But for now I do have to do a little bit of work to it just to get it ready for, just winter up in Canada, driving stuff and whatnot. So, and I'll just end up showing the vehicle now and see what your thoughts are. So what we got here is a 2008 F350 6.4 liter diesel Harley Davidson. So the Harley Davidson is a top of the line next to the Cabela's, I guess. Or I guess not the Cabela, it'd be the King Ranch for the Super Duty. This would actually be the 105 years of Harley Davidson. So this truck has 290 some thousand kilometers. For you Americans, it's probably like, I don't know, 200,000 miles, probably around there. But so I guess we'll start with a bit of a tour. So we'll start with the front here. It's actually in pretty good shape. Not much for rock chips on it. No dents that I can see. But one thing you do notice is right there. So either the vehicle's been worked on quite a bit with the hood up, opening and closing the hood and whatnot. But anyway, it's not a big deal. The grill's in great shape still. No broken bars, stuff like that. No many big rock chips. Still has the valance on the bottom even. Not broken or nothing. So that's good. It's got a good set of tires on it. What are they? Firestones, Destination XTs. Looks like it has some airbags or some kind of airbag in the front. And the frame doesn't look too bad actually for rust. If anyone knows how Alberta is, or even Canada as a whole, for rust from salt on the roads, they understand that that's not bad for a vehicle that's what, 15 years old-ish. So we'll work along the side here. Obviously needs a wash. The guy drove it up to me on a rain day, so hence why it's so dirty. I haven't even tested it in the mirrors or nothing yet, so we'll go through that when I get in. The side, like I said, so they had two different styles for the Harley. They had the orange on the bottom with the Harley up on the box, or I had another one where they had a stripe down the top, right here, a sticker, and then the sticker said Harley Davidson in orange. I actually prefer this one better, to be honest, even though it is kind of two-tone. But I like the Harley on the top of the box here. It's got only the rear center caps on. If anyone knows that these Harley wheels are pretty sought after, they're nice wheels. It's missing the front ones, and I have a feeling it's because the 4x4 air vac system needs a little bit of work, so they just manually locked them. But we'll get into that a little later. The box has a wood box liner in it, which actually is in really good shape, so I'm hoping it was put in there since brand new. That box should be pretty much mint inside then. The tailgate has a few little chips, I guess. I can touch up. They're not dents. Well, kind of. They get rubbed almost. You have the tailgate down, but no dents. The bumper is probably the worst part of the truck for rust, which is okay, honestly. My plans with the vehicle is to just get it wrapped later on, so I'll get a different bumper. I don't care if it's chrome or not, just something. Airbags in the back, it looks like. Don't know if they hold air or not. No backup camera, but it does have the sensors. As far as I know, they work. So here's the other side of the truck. You can see the airbags there. Other than that, it does have, I think, a 4-inch straight pipe exhaust. We'll get underneath there and take a full look. But with the chrome tips on it. Oh, don't mind that. My wife is just gonna back out of here. A little bit of scratches, it looks like, but like I said, not a huge concern. I plan on wrapping it anyway. Actually, to be honest, it'll probably get new box sides and new front fenders, but I'll explain that later on. Both side steps are in good shape. Nothing's broken on them, which is actually pretty rare. That, and I think all of the lights still work. We'll have to test that out though. Missing one mud flap, which I do have another one. It's actually a Ford one, so it'll match up with the 1.3 that are on it. Pretty close anyway. You see that little bit of oil or something there, and I'll explain that when I pop the hood. Still has the good wheel well liners in it, felt ones actually, and I can't remember if they came with felt, to be honest. So yeah, that's the walk around of the vehicle. So now we'll go inside. Okay, so it's got the keypad. I haven't figured out the factory code yet, but I can find that by the sticker on the passenger kickwell plastic. You just remove it and it'll have a computer for it. Here's the interior. You can see that the orange leather wore away here. And then as far, I think this is a 1 year only interior for the Harleys. I think after this they went to a black and a blue. Actually really comfortable seats. This leather is so dry though. Never had conditioning, I'd imagine, its whole life. I've already conditioned it twice before I went on my Vegas trip. Can't even tell. Sad part is they don't make these seat covers. So I think Caskins make something kind of like it, but you're not going to get the stripes. Different color orange. And then if you do order them, it doesn't come with the circle, so you just put these in as a button. So I think it's an option at least, right? It's got all the Harley, I guess, floor mats in it. This is obviously pretty wore out. Other than that, it does have command start. It does work. I've tested it. The steering wheel is pretty rough shape. It had orange leather wrap too, so I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that. I do have an interior guy. Maybe he can redo it with some matching orange. Came factory, the navigation touchscreen. No backup camera, like I said, so usually it's either in here or it'll be up in this corner, but nothing in there. But I plan on changing that anyway to an aftermarket one. Got your backup, or sorry, your 4 high, your 4 low, and your backup sensors on or off. Got electric pedals. These cup holders are actually notorious for breaking on these trucks. These are actually really good shape still. This is a little cleaning. So this truck came with 2 different tuners. It came with this power pup, which honestly, pretty basic. I don't even know if they can even update them anymore or repair them. I don't even know if they can sell them anymore. I've tried it 3 times to connect to it. It gets to like 80%, then it just has an error. So my guess is this truck was tuned with it. Someone took it to Ford wiped it, and without actually removing it and putting the tune back on here or putting it back to factory. And now it needs an update. And like I said, I don't think there's support for it now. So I do have another tuner coming. And as it is, it did have a Bully Dog plugged in down here, like a Bully Dog GT, a little, like it looks like an H&S tuner. It was plugged up here, but after looking into it, it was actually meant for a 6-liter, and this is a 6.4. So like some of the parameters work, but none of the tuning worked. It was pretty much just deleted codes is all it did. So like I said, I have one coming. Here you see the center console. Leather's in really good shape. Like I said, it just needs some conditioning. This is still really good shape. So let's take a look in the cubby what we have. So came with some CDs. Oh, there's just a cover. As my son calls them, power discs, because he doesn't understand what CDs are, being 6. But we got Spice Girls. So this person knew how to party. And then 2 CDs, Epic, The Essential Heart. I don't know, never heard of it, to be honest, and I never even plugged it in to see what they sound like. Probably all scratched up. It must have had an H&S in it, which everyone knows for the 6.4s were like the best tuners. Not only did it tune the engine well, up to 250 horse on the fly shifting, it would tune your transmission too, which Bully Dog doesn't do as far as I've been told. It just sucks that this is gone. I bet you what happened is somebody bought the truck from the dealer after Someone was tired of working on it or something, ripped out the H&S and then put in this stupid GT one just because it was cheaper. The factory navigation book. What else we got here? Ford guide. What is this? Just guide, I guess. Never heard of the 2008. Pretty rare these are in here. And a map of Calgary area. I don't even know what year that is. Trucks are 2008, so I don't know. A Ford book. Haven't opened it up, but it's the Harley one. It's actually pretty rare these are in here. What else we got in here? Another cover of a disc. We got that's the Ford car. Oh, the keypad. We got some computer covers. I think seat cover maybe. The locking key nut for the wheels. What do you got in here? Thermostats. Yeah, the Ford thermostat. So someone had the choice of replacing those, I guess. Runs and starts. The guy told me that this thing drove flawlessly for the 5 hours, but honestly, I doubt it because I don't think the tune has no tune. Even though it's exhaust deleted, but it still has the factory EGR in it. But with the tune, you can delete. You can shut the EGR off and delete the exhaust. So you see the engine code still on. When I looked it up, it was pretty much to do with the EGR because it's still on. Like I said, it just needs a tune. That's why I ordered a tuner for it. So this guy drove this thing, like it stunk. It was just straight exhaust, like full of just unburned diesel. Like it pretty much killed every mosquito within a mile radius driving this thing across the city. And it stunk. What else? I guess let's check out what works. Let's see if the mirrors work. Let's see if they, yeah, both sliders work for towing. Rare. Usually one's broken. I know both power mirrors work because I had to adjust them to drive them. Let's see if the folding works. Huh. Look at that. Everyone knows these mirrors are super expensive, let alone they sell them, and they just don't usually sell them full power telescoping and power folding. That one has a broken back piece, but honestly, these are kind of modular. You can replace it with a still on the truck. So I'll show a video of that later on when I buy just a cheapo mirror to replace that broken back piece. Cruise works. It's just sticky, so I might just spray some cleaner back there or something, or just buy a new one. They do sell this button pretty cheap on the Jungle website. This all works still. They're not even too wore out, to be honest, which is surprising why the steering wheel's so wore out, because usually these are before that. I've never changed them, but I think this whole chunk just comes out. I can do a video on that as well. What else is in here? The power pedals. Yeah, they work great. What do we got here? So 294,000 kilometers. Average is 18. This guy drove this thing. I said it should be around the 10 or 11 liters per every 100 kilometers when it's tuned. And I think it just needs a tune. Other than that, to see if the rear slide or the sunroof works. Yeah, sunroof works great. It just needs to be cleaned. Home buttons, I have to do that. They came with this Bluetooth thing, and I'll probably chuck it because I won't need it once I put in a better stereo. Let's try the rear window. Yeah, works. Just sounds like the track could use a bit of a cleaning. What else? I do find these doors don't close the best. Oh, see, I cleaned it once already inside here, but I might have to spray some WD-40 or something in there. Sometimes they bounce back and they don't close all the way. This one had the same issue. What else? We can tilt these forward. It does have the factory sub. It actually sounds pretty good, to be honest. What do we got here? It's got the metal, I guess, just make it flat back here. I don't know the actual proper term. The metal dealies, you know, I've never seen these before on my, I've had 2 of these 2008 6.4s and I've never seen these. The back of the seats look pretty good shape. You know, a little stretched out. It looks like maybe they had something in them for a while. What do we got back here? Still has all the plug covers, which is great. Usually those fall out. You know, the headliner can use a bit of a clean. Did the buttons work? Oh yeah. Change those out to LED one day. I'm gonna do a whole lighting upgrade on this truck. Headlights, taillights, all that. So I'll do it all at once in one video. Do it for you guys and show how it works. Okay, let's go under there. Or let's pop the hood. Show you underneath there. Show you what's working there. And then we'll do underneath the vehicle. Still has the factory Harley headlights, which are the nicer ones for factory. Nice touch. What do we got here? So, if you look here, the EGR is still intact and obviously leaking a bunch because it's overfueling. And this, so when he first showed me the video of this truck idling and everything, it was perfect. It was clean. It was just obviously a little dusty, none of this. So this is from his drive. It actually leaks a little bit. So I'm going to do an EGR delete, and I got a tuner coming, proper good tuner, to fix all that. So I can see where that one cover broke off of. So I wonder if he just broke it off and just, anyway, we'll fix that. I haven't looked at the fluids or nothing, to be honest. I don't even know when the oil was last changed or anything. Or the coolant level. Nice about these Fords. I knew you were gonna work on it. Yeah, it's a little low. A cold fill range. Looks like it's down. It's down here, so it should be up here. So maybe that's not coolant. I don't know. Maybe just use a top up. Idling though, that you can check the blow by just by taking that off, and you can either fill the cap upside down, and if it moves, you have too much blow by, which means the engine rings are gone. But that had barely any. I can show that one day when I have it idling. So yeah, other than that, it looks a little dirty obviously here on this boot, but I don't think that'll be a hard issue. The 4x4, so there should be a electronic valve plugged in right here. Here's a plug for it, with a hose coming from this general area. From the bottom of this bottle, there's like a canister on the bottom of this that holds vacuum, right? Because being a turbo, it doesn't always have vacuum. You can have boost too. So I unplugged this because that's your actuator that builds vacuum. So it doesn't wear it out, but yeah, so I'll have to figure out the plastic line situation. They're garbage, the Ford factory plastic lines, they break. You know, especially in Canada when it's minus 30 Celsius, you touch them, they break. So you can replace them with just rubber hosing. You can buy from any parts store, no big deal. And I'll buy that piece. So right now the 4x4 still works, you just have to manually lock the hub instead of having automatic. It's the only downfall. Batteries are pretty decent, I guess. They're, you know, 4 years old. But no, just this has trucks. The truck has sat for 4 days, started up no problem. So I don't think that should be an issue, but winter will tell. Okay, let's go underneath and take a look at the exhaust and all that. So what do we got here? We got a bit of a leak. So this can be caused by either the rear main or from the turbo. So you have a little rubber hose that connects for the oil. Could just be leaking. I won't know until I look up underneath there or really spend some time underneath there looking. You know what? I think there's a 2-piece oil pan on these too, which is known for leaking. Just obviously underneath the 2-piece here. Kind of a big job. You know, we gotta somehow lift the motor. I don't know, I'd have to look into it, but right now, as long as it doesn't drip on the driveway, I really don't care enough to care. So it's got a 4-inch straight pipe exhaust from turbo back, it looks like. Usually people do downpipe back, but it's turbo back. So that's pretty cool. Sounds good as far as that goes. I haven't checked like the front end for play or nothing. I know driving it on the highway, it did look like it had a bit of wandering in the steering. Guy said he had rebuilt the front end, but maybe he did, it just isn't alignment. I don't know. I'll have to just wiggle some front end parts, do a full checkup on it, see how that looks. Other than that, the frame, like honestly, underneath here, no rust. You know, a little surface down there, but like no rust. So like as far as just a good solid frame base to work with, it's got it. Just a quick cleanup and a respray, you know, a little Craigslist respray. She'll be good, brand new. Lost the receipts. Yeah, shocks have been changed obviously. They have yellow Monroes on it. Seemed to ride good for this, you know, 15 minutes I was in it. Seems comfy. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a walkthrough of the truck. So this project should take off. I'll do a bit of work, like I said. I'll do a bit of work on it just to get it safe and roadworthy and, you know, mechanically safe and whatnot for the winter. Then in the spring we'll fully go hard on it. Honestly, I kind of wanted to surprise what this build's gonna be, but it'll evolve. It'll be an average day guy's SEMA build. You know, that's gonna entail a lift, rims, tires. I plan on doing some different fenders on it, box sides, wrapping it, do a little bit of interior work, lights, stuff like that. Like I said, it's not, I don't need to spend a bunch of money on it because at the end of the day, you know, it's an older Super Duty, but you know, diesels these days just hold their value. So and honestly, I like these trucks better than the 6 liters. That's a personal opinion. I know that's a hot take and some people will be upset about me saying that, but interiors are nicer, front ends are nicer. Yes, they can be swapped. The engines to me are actually good engines. They just need to be deleted from factory. It was the first time in the emissions for Ford had to put on these diesels and they failed at it miserably. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, thoughts, let me know what you feel about the build. Other than that, I'm good. Like I said, I'll have some more videos coming out with the tuner I bought. It's an SCT Livewire TS Plus. Bought it from a local company here in Alberta called what is it? True North? No, Great White North. You know what? I have to look it up right now. Continue. Great White North Diesel. Great guys. They were great to deal with. So they sent it out with the shift on the fly switch. Like I said, I have to plug it in though, get what transmission has, send it off to them so they can send me the proper tune for the transmission as well for the engine, which is the best way to go with these Fords. And not many tuners offer that, to be honest. And honestly, it's hard to get delete tuners now with all the emissions crap in the States locking it down. So, you know, they're not cheap. They're making you pay for it because at the end of the day, these diesels aren't meant to be choked up like this. It's hard on them. So you got to pay to play. That's kind of how it goes. But yeah, anyway, we'll shut this video down here at this point, and we'll start up another video with doing a tune and a EGR delete and see how all that works out. If it gets rid of like this issue here and the overfueling I'm having, which makes sense, it's overfueling because it's trying to go in. What's up? I said I was gonna just finish off there, but you know what? Let's give it a wash. I mean, then you get the full picture of it, right? So enjoy the fast forward loop of a truck wash. So let's take a quick walk around. I think this truck was put by somewhere that has overspray. I feel that it's pretty rough. We'll see if a quick buff can get that out. Like I said, I'm not too concerned. I'm gonna wrap it anyway when I'm done with it, but other than that, some fine scratches here and there. Honestly, it just needs a good buffing. I can buff this out pretty quick and easy. Which I could probably do just to get it to look better until I go to wrap it next year, but not the end of the world. Obviously, cleaner surface means a better wrap job too. So, you know, but there's no rust. Like underneath, zero on the box. We're on, and that's what I care about. Honestly, the cab's actually the biggest part I care about because that's staying, and there's zero rust underneath. And on this side it's still drying, but still some overspray. I don't know, it's weird. Not so bad on this side, but so anyway, there's a quick detail of it. Now we know what we're working with. That being said, my tuner came in, so I'm just waiting for that tune to be sent to me so I can download it, install it, since the Fords have their own special coating needed for the transmission. So that was sent off, so the tuner's working on that now. So yeah, that'll be the next update, honestly, doing the tune on it, see if that fixes the running issue. I did have to top up the coolant from earlier when I showed it to you guys. It was low. It took about a couple liters. We'll see how that works out. I do have an EGR delete kit, which I will be installing, and I'll show you the process of that. And honestly, guys, I bought a cheap one. I bought Evil Energy. I have it on my Evil Energy fuel lines and whatnot on my 73 Pontiac Ventura LS swap. That'll be on the channel later. I'm waiting for some parts to come in, and I'll update you all about that. And that's a good winter project. But anyway, so Evil Energy EGR delete kit on it. I'll install. It'll help huge, and that can help with the coolant loss. I'm assuming there's some, since it was low. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, share. Follow me on Instagram, Hollywood's_garage, TikTok, Hollywood's Garage. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the flip side.